Hi, my name is Ryan Diener, and today I will be talking about a very sensitive topic, and it has affected my friends, my family, and even myself. I will be giving an informative speech on sexual assault. Sexual assault is defined as illegal sexual contact that usually involves, force upon a person without consent or is inflicted upon a person who is incapable of giving that consent to that type of person. According to RAINN.org, actually, every 98 seconds, an American is assaulted. That is less than every 2 minutes. 1 in every 4 girls and 1 in every 6 boys are assaulted before they even turn 18. I don't know a single female in my life where they don't have an experience with sexual assault that is physical. And the number of men that I've talked to that have buried that deep down inside that they haven't told anybody about, including authorities, their parents, anybody, is alarming. In 1992 alone, 109,060 cases of sexual assault were reported. Rape specifically, and the numbers only go up because that was just reporting. 63% of all sexual assault cases go unreported. With getting sexually assaulted comes shame, fear, embarrassment. And that's just carried with it. That's just how it is. And in my opinion, the greatest reason why people don't report is this justice system. Did you know if you factor in all of, unreported cases, reported cases, everything like that, did you know only 6% of all rapists ever see a jail cell? 12% of child abuse cases are reported because children are instilled with the fear from their abuser, their parents, authorities, anybody, that nobody will believe them, that children are to be seen and not heard, and that nobody will ever believe children. Who's going to believe you over me, kid? That's the idea. Like I mentioned before, I do not know a single female who does not have a sexual assault story, but I do not know a single female whose rapist is behind bars. Rape kits tend to only be accurate after 72 hours. And normally after an assault, a victim is flooded and bombarded with the traumatic event, with, like I was saying, fear, embarrassment, shame. They don't want to walk into a hospital and have an invasive exam and have police and nurses ask them about that question. Or maybe that's not the case. Maybe they forgot. Maybe they don't know about it. Not all sexual assault cases are people who are capable of getting in their car and going to a hospital and reporting and getting a rape kit done. Some people do not have the luxury of doing that. Most people who are sexually assaulted tend to deal with a lot of PTSD symptoms. And a lot of those symptoms, are altercations in mood, which can range anywhere from depression, anxiety, bipolar, mania, anything like that. That can do with avoidance of trauma-related reminders. That can be food, smells, places, anything like that. Lashing out on people is a very, very big one. Irritability. Avoidance of the opposite sex is probably the biggest one. Please note how your friends act around certain people and how they react around certain genders. You might find out a lot. In certain states, actually, the number of people who have the forensic training to do rape kits is so low. It takes months and months and months and months to get your results back and to get it sent into the police department and to get your case going. By that time, the statistics of your case going to trial has dropped significantly. If you look right here, Oregon, Montana, Nevada, all of these different states here in white have less than 20. Oh, I am so sorry. Let's go back. Have less than 25 people in the entire state. That's not a percentage. That is 25 people in the entire state who can do that type of testing. So imagine those 25 people are getting bombarded because Las Vegas is in Nevada. Portland is in Oregon. You got some really, really big cities in these states where only 25 people are trained. If you go to the blue states, Wyoming, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arizona, 25 to 100 people. That is absolutely ridiculous. That is nothing. People tend to blame clothing instead of the people. As if clothes can give consent. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. Nobody deserves to be touched by another person if you did not give that person consent to do so. Point blank, period. It doesn't matter if you're wearing a bikini or an Amish dress. Nobody deserves to do that. I one time saw a documentary where a bunch of women came to multiple prisons actually, and interviewed a bunch of convicted rapists and asked them all types of questions. And one of the shocking statistics that came out of that documentary was 87% of the rapists did not remember what the victim was wearing at the night of the attack. I thought that was pretty significant and large. I included this picture here because there was this woman in India that put on this art exhibit showing all of the different types of clothing that people were wearing when they were assaulted. Please note all of the very modest clothing, the toddler dress, something that you can't argue is flashy and quote unquote you're asking for it. A t-shirt and jeans is not quote unquote asking for it. These pants and this oversized sweatshirt was what I was wearing on the night of my attack. Clothes absolutely never give you consent. That's not what this is about. There is this stigma around sexual assault that it only happens to females, and that is absolutely not the case. I think that needs to change. I think this justice system needs to change. There is so much that needs to go into helping victims. And I think the stigma where men have to be strong and burly and they could never be assaulted is just absolutely rubbish, if you ask me. So make sure that you check on your friends, you check on your family members, and you check on yourself. Thank you.